What's up, Dub Nation? Damion Lee here, and I'm taking part of the Warriors Take 5 presented by HPE. Take 5 encourages us to take a 5-minute break throughout the day to reboot, relate, and learn. So for me, one thing with my Take 5 is I wanted to learn the piano while we're here during this quarantine. And this is a passion that I want to share with you guys. During this quarantine, it's a perfect time to try to pick up a new skill or try to relearn something. So for me, it is the piano. I played the piano when I was young. My grandmother and my mother would have one in the house. And I would just go over and just play, certain songs or just try to learn songs. The main way I kind of learned the piano was just playing it by ear. So just hearing a tune and then going to the piano and try to find the right keys to play. Music is just everything. I listen to music when I wake up, before I go to bed, throughout the day. And the genre doesn't necessarily matter. I listen to almost every type of genre. So just love music, love trying to find something new. And, it's also a way that you can, use as a release, whether if someone else is going through something and you know that you can relate to them. The first song I ever learned on the piano was "The Storm Is Over" by R. Kelly. I was young and I just liked the way that the keys flowed. And I always heard it, obviously, during church. Obviously, the whole message behind the song is, the storm is over. So, when you're going through something, obviously that being the storm, is always a way that you can overcome it. You can get out of the storm and there'll be another day where the sun shines. And that was something that really resonated with me when I was young. And I knew that would be a song that I would just love. And, even growing up to this day, sometimes I still listen to it whenever, I'm going through a tough time. I bought a new piano like probably 2 days after, our last game, figuring that we were, eventually going to go into a suspended season. I knew it's something that I wanted to use to pass time. And I actually struggle with reading notes, but what I'll do is I'll look up what the notes are and where they are on the keyboard. And then I'll just write it down. I'll handwrite it, whether it's like an E flat, G flat, F sharp, C minor, and just write that down in my notebook and then sort of play by reading the notes that I wrote in my notebook than actually reading a sheet. Some songs I've learned, "Lean on Me" by Bill Withers, "I'm Different" by 2 Chainz, "Perfect Time" by Roddy Ricch. Learning piano has helped me get through the quarantine by just giving me new things, giving me new challenges. I have an app that I use on the piano, and obviously the main challenge is to get through at least 30 minutes a day. So sometimes I do 30 minutes, I'll do an hour, but it's also keeping my mind fresh, giving me new challenges. Obviously, since can't play basketball at the time, using the piano as sort of a recreation to still keep my mind stimulated. If you're trying to pick up a new skill during this time, just dive into it. Obviously, you don't have to fully if you have other obligations, but just give yourself a time, space throughout the day, whether it's 15, 20, 30 minutes. And then, eventually, if that passion comes along, then those 30 minutes will grow into an hour, and the next thing you know, you'll be far along than you were. But just dive into it, try to learn about it, learn the basics, and just sort of go from there. Thank you for spending 5 minutes of your day with me, Dub Nation. Don't forget to give yourself breaks throughout the day. We're all in this together. Stay safe.